Hi guys, it's Essentially Meg, and I'm going to talk about why I decided to have a destination wedding. So it was definitely a joint decision to have a destination wedding. I mean, you have to consider the other person you're getting married to. Now, Kyle liked it because of the money. It's less expensive to have a destination wedding than it is to have one that's in town, typically. I liked it because it was different than most of what my family and friends had done. Now, my parents had actually had a destination wedding in Mexico about 8 years ago. I helped them plan that wedding, and it basically gave me a taste for what I wanted my wedding to be like. Kyle was also interested in making sure that it didn't mirror anything that his friends had done previously as well. Now, like I said, weddings are so expensive in the United States. I'm sure that you don't need me to tell you that, but the average cost of a wedding in the United States in 2019 was $33,900. Now, our wedding is going to cost about a third of that down in Mexico. Another reason is that you're going to have more time with a smaller group. So one of people's biggest regrets that I hear from their weddings is that they felt like it went so fast and they really didn't get to spend as much time as they wanted with each of the guests. You get to spend concentrated time in a destination wedding with your guests, so you can have more than just one day and you'll have fewer people, so you have a deeper, richer experience than going from table to table for 5 minutes every time saying, "Hi, thanks for coming." Now, the risk with a destination wedding is that you're not going to have as many people come. Consider who is essential for you to be happy at your wedding. Who do you need to be there in order to be happy? Are you okay with most people not really being able to make it? Because people can turn down for any reason, and you really need to frame it as optional, of course. You can't pressure and bully people into coming to your wedding because you're asking a lot. You're asking them to take time off of work. You're asking them to pay more than what they would normally do in order to just go to a wedding in your hometown. And people could be uncomfortable with going to a destination wedding for a lot of reasons. They could be uncomfortable with travel, but it is a vacation for you and for your guests. So don't feel guilty once they've made their decision. One way or another, everybody's going to be fine. It's not going to be the end of the world if somebody can't make it, and if others can, that's fantastic. The nice thing about having a destination wedding is you can be really flexible with the days. I mean, if you're going to be going down there anyway, you don't have to get married on a Saturday. You can get married like we are on a Tuesday. So if the date itself is really important to you, then maybe this is the way to go, because it doesn't matter, again, if it's a weekend or not. Deciding on a destination location can be difficult. Now, I've seen people rent houses in interesting locations, but we decided on an all-inclusive resort. You got to think about the price. If you're going to be doing something that's a la carte, where you have to piece together every bit of the vacation, you're going to different hotels, or you're renting out a house, and are you going to be trying to split that cost with everybody? Or are you going to be taking care of the house? How are you going to get food? So we're going through a travel agent. She's going to package everything together for our guests, and it's going to be all included. It's going to be your flight, your hotel, your food. Everything is there. Other things to consider about your destination location is, what do you want the backdrop of your photos to be? Do you want it to be a beautiful beach with aqua blue waters, or do you want them to be sapphire blue waters? Or do you have to think about the weather in those locations, different times of the year? And also think about the experiences that you want to have. Does your place offer a lot of excursion options? Is it interesting and a fun place to be on the resort in general? Look into the resort website to find out. Now, how long to stay? We're going to be staying 1 week before and 1 week after our wedding. Now, we're not expecting guests to stay that long. Most guests are going to stay between 5 and 7 days. Hello, Osiris. But you have to make sure that the timing is right. So you want to be there at least a couple of days before any of your guests arrive. That's because you're going to be going through meetings with these wedding coordinators on site at the resort, and you're going to have to make time to select all of these things. Plus, you want to be prepared and already in your element by the time they get there. And of course, the honeymoon. I mean, you can arguably say that the honeymoon starts as soon as you touch down in your location, but really the honeymoon doesn't start until the end of the wedding itself. So you want to make sure that you have enough time after the wedding to really enjoy yourselves, unwind, and reflect on the wonderful event that just happened. And of course, you don't want guests hanging around for the full week after the wedding whenever you're supposed to be focused on you and your new spouse. So I would recommend that you stay, if you can, 2 weeks, and you have your guests recommend staying 1 week, somewhere in the middle there. You don't want them leaving the day after the wedding, the morning after the wedding, because then they're going to be thinking about that late at night and they're going to be like, man, I can't stay late at the reception because I've got to be up early to pack. Ideally, you want them to stick around for the day after the wedding. You guys can have a beach day hanging out, and then the day after that, they can leave. Now, of course, everybody's schedules are different, and it makes sense if people need to leave on their own schedule, but I'm speaking about the ideal here. So about those people that can't make it to my destination wedding, I am going to have a reception back here in St. Louis. But because of the ceremony that we already had in this gorgeous location, I don't have to worry about a reception location with that wow factor. If I was having a wedding here and nowhere else, then I would feel more pressure to have better location, a wow factor kind of place. We were initially thinking about having it at the St. Louis Art Museum, but it turns out this is going to be a lot better for everybody involved. This also takes the pressure off the guests that are saying they can't come to your destination wedding. They have another opportunity to spend some time with you, and you don't have to worry about the whole full day of wedding and then pictures and then reception and then after party. You could just start in the afternoon, just getting ready at a leisurely pace. You already got the wedding out of the way, so you don't have to be nervous about that. And you just go and have a party. We're also going to take a little bit of time between the destination wedding and the party back at home, because I don't want to come straight from my honeymoon into another layer of chaos. This also means that my work can be a little bit more flexible with my days off. I mean, I'm taking off 2 weeks here, and then I'm gonna take off maybe another day or two to try and get this whole party. That's a lot. And last minute planning decisions with those vendors back at home can be put off until you get back from your vacation. Now, I hope that video helped, and if you got some value from it, please hit the like button. What are you doing, buddy? Now, the question of the day is, where would you want to have your destination wedding? Or where are you having your destination wedding? Leave your answer in the comments below, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye.